What's up guys, it's Ain here, and today I'm going to be talking about the changes I would like to see on PkHonor for the Titan. Now if you don't know what the Titan is, of course you can go check out my update video, which will be on screen right now, in which I talk about all the different updates Mike has been putting out, which is a lot. But if you don't want to go check out that video, I'll give you a quick summary of what the Titan is. The Titan is an event that is controlled by one staff member. It wanders around in the wilderness and has a lot of special attacks, a lot of hit points, and is very hard to kill. It'll take anywhere from 20 to 40 players to kill the Titan, and since it's in the wilderness, it increases wilderness activity quite a lot. Now, there are a few real essential things I think need to happen to the Titan to make it even better. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, unique items. PkHonor is known for being innovative and unique. We have things like the Perfect Ring, Death, Custom Whips. We have the Titan. We have one of the best construction systems in any RSPS. We have a whole lot to offer. And most of the times, people aren't complaining that the game itself is bad. They're complaining about the community, the staff team, the lack of updates. However, I think we can all agree that when it comes down to it, PkHonor is incredibly unique, incredibly innovative, and the updates that do come out are high quality. Now, I think that the Titan should have a unique item drop. I think that the number one winner, that number one reward should be a unique item of some sort. Now, I'm not saying that it should be a 100% guarantee. It could be a 50% drop rate, a 25% drop rate, something like that. But I think a item needs to drop that is, it could be cosmetic even. It could be a pet. It could be some kind of cosmetic armor. Maybe it could be that you get a random piece of armor, like a random cosmetic piece of armor. And so it'll make people want to keep on coming back. Even if they have one piece of the armor, they'll come back to try to get the full set. And it doesn't have to give stats. It doesn't have to be overpowered like Death. Maybe just cosmetic. I think that would be fine. Just to show people, hey, I've done something interesting. I've done something unique. Why don't you go and try to do it too? I think that's going to draw everybody out into the wilderness. I know it would draw me out. I know it would draw the veterans out. And I know that the current wards of cash and a lot of items are drawing out a lot of the newer players as well. Next up, frequency. I think that it should happen more often than just one time. When you make the event happen only one time, it will only be good for one time zone. Currently, both of the last events happened when it was very early for me. I live in the United States, a large bulk of our player base does as well, and so that's why I think that the event should happen at least twice a week at varying time zones. Now, even though I said twice a week, I think that could actually happen more often than that. I think it could happen 3, 4, even 5 times a week, just as long as there's at least 2 moderators online. One to do their actual moderation duties, and the other one to actually do the event. Now you might be saying, well, we don't have an active enough staff team as it is. There are plenty of hours where there's no moderators online. Well, that's simply not an excuse. That's a mistake on Billy's part as the staff manager. He needs to find people that are qualified to be moderators so that we have at least 1 or 2 staff members online at all times. That's what I think should happen. And I really think that we could do it 3, 4, even 5 times in a week. Players won't get burnt out because the rewards are good, especially if there's a unique item reward. People definitely won't get burnt out. Plus, it's a real person controlling the Titan. It is a staff member controlling the Titan, so every single event will be different. There might be certain staff members that play around with the Titan a lot differently than another staff member. Next up, this is just like an idea. It's not really something that I really want to see happen. It would just be an interesting thing to see. Perhaps let the number 1 reward player control the Titan on the next event. Usually when there's a Titan event, it happens around 1 to 3 times. Maybe make it so that, every event, the number 1 reward player controls the Titan for the first kill, and then a staff member controls it for all the other kills. This way, I really think it's going to make players want to play a lot more. How cool would it be to be able to control the Titan during an event? I think it would be pretty awesome. Next up, I think that they should restrict the Titan to multi-zones. Currently, a lot of people aren't enjoying the Titan. Well, not a lot. There's a small minority, but that minority are pretty essential for the Pk'ing community. And they're saying that it's kind of bad because the Titan almost always is in single combat zones, and so it doesn't really put pressure to PK other players because it's not multi. And that's why I think that the Titan should be restricted to multi-zones. You know, that staff member, they should be told, hey, stay in a multi-zone. You can move from one multi-zone to another, but don't try to stay in a single PK zone. This is going to make players really risk it. You know, they're really going to have to make the decision if they want to go to the Titan or not. But it's also going to make it a lot more enjoyable for a lot of clans out there. It's really going to push players to join Pk'ing clans and actually learn how to war. Learn how to PK as a group, because when you go out to the Titan, if you're not coherent and if you're not playing as a clan, those other clans will destroy you. And lastly, I've seen this argument a couple times, especially by a moderator called Ratan Hakaton or whatever. His name's Chris. He says that this isn't a Pk'ing event, and you can probably actually see it in my last video somewhere in the chat. He says it, I think, but it is. It's in the wilderness. So essentially, at its core, the Titan event is a Pk'ing event. The reason that the Titan was added to the game was because a lot of players were complaining that there was less wilderness activity. And inherently, the Titan is going to draw more people into wilderness, because when the event happens, more people will come out, and then more people will come out and PK and join clans because they're thinking, next Titan event, because they're thinking, well, last Titan event I died a bunch because I don't know how to PK. So this week I'm going to PK, so in the next Titan event I'm actually going to be able to hold my own. And so it's making wilderness activity go up. So it is inherently a Pk'ing event. The rewards are good because it's dangerous. And that goes back to one of my other points, in which I think it should be in a multi-zone. It should be as dangerous as it can. You know, this guy, the Titan, has a ton of HP, tons of special attacks, really can kill you quickly. And I think other players should be able to kill you as well. So put it in a multi-zone, and I think it's going to be a lot better because of that. And in that sense, you can make the rewards even better. The unique rewards are going to look even more tantalizing because of the danger that surrounds it. So those are the changes I would like to see happen to the Titan. Just to give you a quick summary, that includes adding a unique item as either a guaranteed drop or a chance, maybe like a set of gear to make players keep on coming back even if they have part of the unique items. I think it should happen more frequently, at least twice a week at varying time zones, but could even be 3, 4, 5 times a week. I think that maybe, this is just an idea, the #1 reward player gets to control the Titan at least once in the next event, and test out constricting the Titan to multi-zones instead of having them in single zones. That's about it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and there will be a loot from video coming out. I'm currently working on it, and it is Glacors, so get excited.
Welcome to the Terradome, the upper echelon, investing on these large balls. I got these pussy bitches wailing like the Japanese, killer whales, humpbacks, and these narwhals. I'm just trying to strangle these fuckers. I'm just trying to strangle these fuckers. I'm just trying to strangle these. This the beat flop, you make the beat flop.